Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares. Welcome back to another edition of What's in the Bag, Jay. Now, this is the segment where I pick 6 movies from my collection that I haven't seen, write their names on a piece of paper, throw them in a bag, draw one out at random, and do a review. Now, coming back from last week is A House is Not a Home, Doom, Annihilation, Vampire Over London, Zombie Fight Club, and Insaniac. And making its debut this week is a movie called The Possession of Joel Delaney. Now, I just found this recently, and it has Shirley MacLaine in it, and I really want to see this. I've never even heard of it. So, yeah. So, let me give the bag a good tussle, and I will find out what we're watching this week. All right. And this week's pick is Doom, Annihilation. All right, well, I'm going to set that one aside while I set all the other movies side by side, and take my trusty Freddy vs. Jason die, and we're going to see what comes back next week. Just remember, if I roll a Freddy vs. Jason, I have to re-roll. One. Wow. You guys better do some voting this week. All right. Let's see. Let's see what comes back next week. A house is not a home. So, if you guys want to see Insaniac come back, this, I'm going to tell you guys right now, is going to be grandfathered in because I am dying to watch this movie. So, if you do want to see this come back, The Possession of Joel Delaney, vote for it, but it's coming back anyway. That's my privilege as a, yeah. Zombie Fight Club, Vampire Over London. Vote for those 4 to come back. But right now, I'm going to go watch Doom Annihilation, not Doom Asylum, and come back with a review. Later. Well, I'm back. I just watched Doom Annihilation, and here are my thoughts. Doom Annihilation is a 2019 film which runs approximately 96 minutes and is written and directed by Tony Giglio. I believe that's how you say it. If I mispronounce it, I am very sorry. Let's see, he was responsible for Extraction, Timber Falls, which I actually I've seen, and SWAT, Under Siege. Now the stars Amy Manson as Lieutenant Joan Dark. She was in Real, Run, and Beats. Dominic Mefam as Dr. Bertriger. He was in Ophelia, Sniper Legacy, which I believe is the latest Sniper movie, and Heart of Lightness. And finally, Luke Allen Gale as Dr. Bennett Stone. He was in Top Gun, and I'm assuming that's the new Top Gun. He had a bit part in Captain America, the First Avenger, and he was in a bunch of TV. Now, a couple interesting things about this. This includes the BFG from the game, the BFG gun, which doesn't make sense that I just said that. It's a BFG. And it's got a bunch of fan service with it. Me, myself, I didn't really play this game that much, but I had a friend growing up who played it constantly. And of course, I played it a couple times on his computer. I thought it was fun. Not exactly the type of game I was into all the time, but it was fun watching him play. Watching me play, I sucked at it, so it was pretty bad. But I got most of the fan service from watching him play, like the BFG. And um, the main guy, the captain, I think it was the captain, looked just like the main character in Doom, and he also carried a double barrel shotgun. So, it had a lot of fan service in it. Now, I'll get into a brief synopsis and then I'll tell you what I thought of the movie. Um, Basically, you have a team of Marines that are going to this outpost, this moon, and it's where the monsters basically are. Now, how did the monsters get there? Well, there is a teleportation device where it opens up a gateway to their world and they're coming through. That's pretty much all I'm going to get into. It's pretty simple premise. And the Marines have to go there and they basically have to stop not only the demons or monsters or whatever you want to call them, but they also have to stop them from coming through. So it's it's probably an oversimplistic way to look at it. Now, I have seen the Doom with Keith Urban and Carl Urban or Keith Urban, one of the two, and The Rock. And I actually don't mind that movie. I know it gets a lot of hate, but I don't mind it. And while it's an action horror film, this is much more along the lines of horror, in my opinion. Um, it's really bloody. It's it's a lot of fun, and I'm actually kind of disgusted because in doing research, I looked on the IMDb, and this actually got a 3.6. Um, I don't know what they were smoking, but this was definitely better than a 3.6. And I've actually heard people that said this movie sucked, and I don't understand it. This movie has everything. If you're a fan of the game, I don't understand how you cannot be a fan of this film, especially in comparison to the movie that came out with The Rock. I really enjoyed this. This was basically what I was looking for from the first Doom, but didn't get. I mean, you got some of it, you got the first person point of view, which they kind of, I think they purposely left that out of this one to a certain degree, because it had already been done, which I give them props for that. But, this is just it's a really well made film. There's CGI in it. The CGI looks pretty good, except for my one problem with the CGI was when they were doing the teleportation. There's like this jelly stuff that comes up, and that's how they teleport. That looked a little wonky to me, but other than that, I mean, this movie was done extremely well. The creatures were really cool looking and actually looked like the creatures from Doom, the game, and it really impressed me. My friend Brad and his buddy Bill did the review for this film earlier, and he's actually the reason why I went out and bought this because it was based on his recommendation. I found it at Walmart and it was a dump in for $5, and I was like, I'm not passing this up. Yeah. But this is actually pretty affordable. I saw it on Amazon. The Blu-ray is actually $5.93. So if you are interested, I would say definitely pick this up. If you're a sci-fi horror fan, action movie fan, it's got a little bit of something for everyone. So yeah, definitely take that for what it's worth. Don't forget to vote for what didn't make it. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.